Hello, it's Anthony Meisner again with Land Title. I'm bringing you the next market update for Niwot, and this is January of 2021. Break this down for the entire year. What kind of happened during 2020? As most of you know, COVID-19 happened and created this just incredible market situation where it's just been driving inventory levels into the basement. And we're down 60% in active inventory year over year in Niwot. And there was a lot of inventory in Niwot at one point in the year. So there's just been an overwhelming amount of sales. This this number right here for average sales price, this should shock everyone because, well, there's not a lot of sales that take place in Niwot. There were actually only 7 total sales last month, and with those total sales, they were at 1.6 million average. So the luxury market in Boulder County is booming. Niwot is no exception to that. This is not the normal composition of sales, right? It's not like the average price in Niwot is actually 1.6 million, but of those 7 sales, it was. And that's definitely driving prices up in all of Niwot. It's pretty amazing right now that sales are below, or active inventory is below the number of sales. So something to look at, just like the rest of Boulder County, there's a huge inventory shortage. And we finally have seen that take place in Niwot. It's driven down slowly throughout the year, but at one point, Niwot had way too much inventory on the market, at least in perspective. Now, if we look over at the amount of solds, as you can see, it bounces around quite a bit. There are sales in Niwot all over the place, right? The top sales number for certain months is much different than others. Like if you looked at October, 800,000 was the average sales price. So like I said, kind of have to take some of this with a grain of salt. But what you can see throughout the Niwot market, if you look at the last 5 years here, is that the average sales price has really trended up. And it's going to continue to do that. So this I really like to look at because after the shutdowns in April and May for COVID, you can really see in this picture just how much demand kind of took place, right? How much the inventory on the market really kind of came to. So even though nobody would have ever believed it, we outsold last year in Niwot, just like the rest of Boulder County. That year over year number of total sales is actually up from a year ago. We got to 69 sales instead of 68 sales. And that's a 1.5% increase from a year ago. Most of the market has really seen that. And the extra inventory in the Niwot market, including those luxury price points, has really helped fuel the economy along with all of this, reduced pricing of money, right? We can borrow money at a much lower rate than before. And it's just really fueled people to be able to go out and purchase a home that maybe better suits their needs right now. And Niwot is a perfect image of that market where, people were living in city centers and maybe flocked out to the outskirts a little bit more for a little bit more house for their money, a little bit more space. And Niwot's definitely received the better end of that. The real problem we're running into now is that the month supply of inventory, which really is going to drive the number of sales going forward, is less than a month. So this is a really, really strong seller's market, which just means there's not a lot for sale and buyers are going to have a hard time getting things under contract out there. So if you look at days on market has been trending up this year through the Niwot market. And this is kind of an anomaly for the market as a whole because Boulder County as a whole and all the surrounding cities, all you do is see the days on market stay the same, right? So it's actually kind of mind-boggling, but a lot of this has to be just the fact that there isn't a lot of inventory on the market. People can be a little more picky out there, and the price point is so high that that's definitely creating a little bit of issues here. These numbers are more in line with the higher end market across Boulder County. If you have any other questions, you want to reach out, always happy to help. This is Anthony with Land Title, and we'll see you next time.